You probably have a jar of Vicks VapoRub sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, maybe tucked behind some cough syrup, maybe pushed to the back of a shelf from last winter. That little blue jar costs about $5 at any drugstore. And here's the thing the company never tells you on the label. That $5 jar replaces dozens of products people spend hundreds of dollars on every single year. Today, I am counting down 21 uses for Vicks VapoRub that most people have never heard of, and number one on this list is the one that will genuinely change how you look at it forever. Keep watching because number one is worth every second. Number 21, sore muscles after a long day on your feet. You already know menthol feels cool on skin, but here's what most people miss. Camphor, one of the active ingredients in Vicks, creates a warming and cooling effect together that actually helps relax tight muscles when you rub it in. So next time your back is stiff after moving furniture or your calves are tight from walking the mall, rub a quarter-sized amount directly onto the sore area, cover it with a warm cloth, and leave it for 15 minutes. It is the same reason those expensive sports creams cost $8 to $12 a tube. Vicks does the same job for pennies. Number 20. Cracked heels. I used to spend $12 on those thick foot creams at Walgreens. My neighbor, who is in her 70s and has the smoothest heels I have ever seen, finally told me what she does instead. At bedtime, rub a thin layer of Vicks all over the bottoms of your feet, put on a pair of cotton socks and sleep in them. Do it 3 nights in a row and you will feel the difference. The petroleum jelly base locks in moisture overnight while the eucalyptus oil softens cracked skin. It costs almost nothing. Number 19. Toenail fungus. This one surprises people every time. There is actually a study, a real published one, that found Vicks VapoRub may work as a low-cost alternative to pricey antifungal treatments, which can run $40 to $60 for a small bottle. The thymol in the inactive ingredients is the reason. Apply a small amount directly to the affected nail twice a day, let it dry, and be consistent about it. Results take several weeks, so do not quit after 3 days. And if you have a stubborn case or any skin concerns, always check with your doctor first. Number 18. Headache relief. This is one our grandmothers knew and the drugstore industry would rather you forgot. Instead of reaching for a $4 roll-on headache stick, dab a tiny amount of Vicks on your temples and the back of your neck, and breathe slowly. The menthol vapors trigger cooling receptors in your skin and help ease tension headaches within minutes. Use just a small dab, keep it away from your eyes, and wash your hands right after. That is it. Number 17. Keeping cats off the furniture. If you have a cat that treats your armchair like a scratching post, you already know how much replacement fabric costs. Cats dislike the scent of menthol intensely. Rub a very thin layer on the corners and arms of the furniture you want to protect, or leave an open jar nearby. Your cat will find somewhere else to be. No expensive deterrent sprays needed. Number 16. Earache comfort. When my youngest had earaches as a child, before I could get to the doctor, my mother would warm a cotton ball slightly and put just a tiny dab of Vicks on the outside of it. Then place it gently at the opening of the ear, not inside, never inside. The warmth and the menthol vapors helped ease the discomfort while we waited for the appointment. It does not treat infection, so always see a doctor for a real earache, but as a comfort measure while you wait, it genuinely helps. Number 15. Stretch marks. Now stay with me here because this one surprises people. Vicks will not make stretch marks disappear, but women who use it consistently twice a day report that the skin feels more supple and the marks appear less vivid over time. The petroleum jelly base keeps the skin hydrated, while the camphor and eucalyptus oil support the surface. Rub a small amount onto the area morning and night. Compare it to the $30 and $40 creams on the shelf at CVS that contain similar ingredients and fancier packaging. Number 14. Insect repellent. Before you spend $6 on a can of bug spray this summer, try this. Mosquitoes, flies, and gnats are repelled by the strong scent of eucalyptus oil and menthol. Rub a small amount on your wrists, ankles, and the back of your neck before you go outside. It will not last all day like a deep base spray, but for a quick trip to the garden or the porch in the evening, it works well enough. And it smells far better than chemical repellent. Number 13. Toilet stains. I know that sounds odd, but keep going. Those brown or rust-colored rings inside the toilet bowl come from mineral buildup, and the antibacterial properties of camphor and eucalyptus can help break them down. Dab Vicks directly onto the stain using a cotton swab or old toothbrush. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, then scrub and flush. As a bonus, the menthol leaves the whole bathroom smelling clean without any harsh chemical smell. Number 12. stopping pets from marking inside the house. Dogs and cats that mark territory inside are responding to scent. Place an open jar of Vicks near the spots they favor, or put a small amount on a cloth nearby. The strong menthol scent signals to them that the territory is already claimed by something else. Most dogs and cats will avoid that area entirely. It costs almost nothing, and it works without yelling or sprays. Number 11. Paper cuts and small splinters. Most people reach for Neosporin, which is fine, but a small tube costs $5 and runs out fast. A thin layer of Vicks on a minor cut or around a splinter entry point helps protect against bacteria, reduces inflammation, and promotes faster healing. Keep it away from deep wounds or broken skin, just for surface scrapes and paper cuts. Press a small bandage on top and you are done. Number 10. Eliminating bad smells from a trash can or musty closet. Open a jar of Vicks and leave it in the area for a few hours. That is it. The menthol and eucalyptus override unpleasant smells without the chemical afterburn of sprays. I keep a jar just for this in my laundry room for the days when the bin gets away from me. It is one of those zero-effort fixes. Number 9. Bruises. Apply a thin layer of Vicks mixed with a pinch of table salt directly to a fresh bruise. The salt helps tighten the vessels near the surface, while the camphor reduces inflammation and the cooling menthol calms the area. Do not press hard, just gentle circular strokes. Bruises treated this way tend to look less dark faster than those left alone. Just keep it away from any broken skin. Number 8. Warts. This is a slow game, but it works. Apply a small dab of Vicks to the wart, cover it with a bandage, and change it every morning and night. The camphor is the active ingredient here. It takes several weeks of consistency. Those over-the-counter wart treatments at Walgreens run $10 to $15. Vicks costs about a fifth of that. Number 7. DIY air freshener. This one is so simple, I felt silly for not thinking of it sooner. Place a small amount of Vicks in the top dish of a candle warmer or wax melt burner and light a tea light underneath. It melts slowly and releases the scent of eucalyptus and menthol through the room for hours. It smells clean, not medicinal, and nothing in your house catches fire. Compare it to the $3 and $4 wax melts at the store. Number 6. Label residue on jars and bottles. You know that sticky film that stays behind after you peel off a price sticker? Rub a pea-sized amount of Vicks over it, wait 2 minutes, and wipe with a dry cloth. The petroleum jelly base dissolves the adhesive cleanly. No more scratching with your fingernail for 5 minutes. The same trick works on sticker residue on glass, wood, and most plastic surfaces. Number 5. Eczema and dry skin flares. The petroleum base in Vicks acts as an occlusive moisturizer, which means it creates a barrier on top of the skin that locks water in. People with eczema who use it on small patches report less itching and redness. Apply a thin layer to the affected area, just enough to coat the surface, and leave it overnight. Always do a small patch test on the inner wrist first to make sure you tolerate it well, and talk to your dermatologist if you have a persistent flare. Number 4. Rosacea and redness on the face. Now, I will be honest with you, this one divides people. Some swear by it, some find it irritating, but a small number of women in their 50s and 60s who deal with rosacea redness have reported that a barely there amount of Vicks dabbed on the flushed area calms it noticeably. If you try it, use the smallest possible amount. Keep it away from eyes and nostrils, and stop immediately if any stinging continues beyond the first few seconds. It is not a medical treatment. It is a frugal experiment worth knowing about. Number 3. Cough suppression on the feet. Here is where people usually say, wait, what? There is a long-standing folk remedy, backed by enthusiastic word of mouth across 3 generations of American mothers, that rubbing Vicks on the soles of your feet and putting on socks before bed reduces nighttime coughing better than rubbing it on your chest. The scientific consensus is still out on exactly why, but many families, including mine, have used it for years. Thick layer on the bottoms of both feet, warm socks on, lights out. Especially good for that nagging dry cough that keeps you up after midnight. Before we get to numbers 2 and 1, because these are the 2 that will change how you think about this little jar permanently, if you appreciate practical, no-nonsense tips that save you real money every week, go ahead and hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one. These are the kinds of things our grandmothers knew, and the stores are counting on you not to. Number 2. Congestion relief the right way. Here is the reframe most people need. Vicks does not actually open your nasal passages. What it does is trick your brain. The menthol vapors stimulate cold receptors in your nose and throat, which sends a signal to your brain that you are breathing easier, even when your nose is physically just as congested as before. That is not a criticism of the product. It is genuinely useful because the sensation reduces the panic of not being able to breathe freely, which helps you sleep. Rub it on your chest and throat, keep loose clothing around the area, and breathe normally. And never put it directly in your nostrils, especially not on or near a child under 2 years old, because camphor can be absorbed through mucous membranes and cause serious problems. Number 1, and this is the one I want you to sit with for a second. Vicks VapoRub was originally invented by a North Carolina pharmacist over 125 years ago to treat his own son's croup. It was not invented by a corporation. It was a home remedy that got commercialized. And when it became popular during the flu pandemic of 1918, the formula barely changed. The camphor, the menthol, the eucalyptus, still the same. What the companies figured out was that they could sell you the exact same 3 ingredients in 30 different products at 10 to 20 times the markup. Sports cream, camphor, and menthol. Antifungal balm, thymol and eucalyptus. Foot cream, petroleum and menthol. Headache roll-on, menthol. Bug patches, eucalyptus. One blue jar, $5, replaces an entire shelf of single-use products that cost you $30, $40, $50 a year. That is the secret they are not putting on the label. Our grandmothers did not live in a disposable world, and they knew exactly what was in that jar and what it could do. Now you do too. Which one of these are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments below. I would especially love to know if you already use Vicks for something I did not mention here, because I guarantee this community knows tricks I have not heard yet. And YouTube is going to recommend another video for you right after this one.